Good morning. It's December 2nd, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. Obesity is emerging as a pressing global health crisis, with projections suggesting that over half of the world's population could be classified as overweight or obese within the next decade. In the United States alone, nearly 260 million people may face this issue by 2050 without significant intervention. A crucial factor in this epidemic is visceral fat, which surrounds vital organs and is distinct from subcutaneous fat. This type of fat is particularly concerning due to its metabolic activity, which can lead to higher levels of inflammation and increase the risk of conditions such as diabetes. Recent research has established a correlation between higher levels of visceral fat and the accumulation of amyloid and tau proteins, both of which are critical indicators of Alzheimer's disease. The presence of beta-amyloid plaques and tau tangles in the brain serves as early markers for this condition, with amyloid typically appearing first, followed by tau as the disease progresses. Dr. Cyrus Raji, a senior author of the study, notes that elevated levels of these proteins are linked to poorer brain health, characterized by reduced blood flow and atrophy, especially in the hippocampus. The study involved 80 cognitively healthy adults, averaging 49 years old, with nearly 58% classified as obese. This highlights the importance of body composition in evaluating long-term brain health. Notably, visceral fat accounted for 77% of the influence of high BM1 on the accumulation of amyloid and tau proteins, whereas other types of fat did not show a similar relationship. Experts are now recommending a shift towards monitoring body composition rather than just weight, suggesting regular exercise, particularly Zone 2 training and strength training, as effective strategies to reduce visceral fat. To effectively combat belly fat, strategies such as brisk walking for 45 to 60 minutes several times a week, along with adequate protein intake to support muscle growth, are advised. Dr. Isaacson emphasizes the importance of regular exercise, recommending at least 45 to 60 minutes of brisk walking 2 to 3 times a week, ideally performed in a fat-burning zone. Currently, around 6.9 million Americans aged 65 and older are living with Alzheimer's disease, a figure that could rise to 13 million by 2050 if medical advancements do not occur. To address this, Daulat Shahi advocates for early screening using imaging techniques to measure adipose tissues and brain pathologies, aiming to identify at-risk populations before symptoms manifest. In July 2024, a rare spade-toothed whale, one of only 7 ever spotted, washed up dead on a beach in New Zealand. This event has prompted a significant scientific study aimed at uncovering the mysteries surrounding this elusive species. Anton van Helden, a senior marine science advisor, expressed his excitement regarding the dissection of the whale, describing it as a pivotal moment in his 35 years of research on beaked whales. The dissection will be conducted in collaboration with local Maori iwi who regard whales as taionga, or precious treasures, ensuring that traditional customs are respected throughout the process. Researchers aim to gather insights not only about the whale's death, but also its life, which could have implications for human health. The specimen, a 5-meter 16-foot-long male, will be examined for details about its anatomy, diet, sound production, and possibly new parasites. Spade-toothed whales are believed to inhabit the deep waters of the southern Pacific Ocean, where their deep diving capabilities add to the mystery surrounding their behavior. Despite the rarity of sightings, scientists know very little about these whales, including their habitat, feeding habits, and the cause of death of this particular specimen. Historically, 6 other spade-toothed whales have been found, but previous specimens were buried before DNA testing could confirm their identities. This study is particularly significant as prior specimens were not available for DNA testing, which has limited the understanding of the species. New Zealand is recognized as a whale stranding hotspot, with over 5,000 recorded incidents since 1840, including the discovery of the first spade-toothed whale bones. The findings from this research could enhance understanding of marine ecosystems and the ecological interactions of spade-toothed whales, while also highlighting their cultural significance in Maori tradition. Recent research published in Nature Astronomy challenges the long-held belief that Venus ever had oceans of liquid water necessary for life, suggesting instead that it has always been a dry planet. The study analyzed the chemical composition of Venus's atmosphere, revealing that volcanic gases are predominantly dry, with water comprising at most 6%, indicating a dehydrated interior. This research highlights the stark differences between Venus and Earth, despite their similar sizes and compositions, underscoring the complexities of planetary habitability. The findings emphasize Earth's uniqueness and suggest that astronomers should focus on Earth-like exoplanets rather than Venus-like ones in the search for life beyond our solar system. Understanding Venus's history is crucial for classifying exoplanets, as Venus-like planets are often mistakenly considered potentially habitable. Future missions, including NASA's Da Vinci and the European Space Agency's Envision, are planned to further investigate Venus's atmosphere and surface, aiming to clarify its potential for habitability. This research was supported by the Science and Technology Facilities Council of UK Research and Innovation, reflecting the collaborative effort in planetary science. While there is no consensus on Venus's past, some scientists argue that compelling evidence is needed to shift the prevailing belief that it once had oceans. Another study from the University of Chicago last year claimed that Venus has been uninhabitable for over 70% of its history, which is 4 times longer than earlier estimates. The wet Venus scenario posits that the planet may have had oceans around 4 billion years ago, but a runaway greenhouse effect eventually boiled them away. Conversely, the dry Venus scenario suggests that any water present on the planet quickly escaped into space, leaving it unchanged for billions of years. Researchers at the University of Texas at Austin have unveiled a groundbreaking development in monitoring brain activity through the creation of biocompatible liquid ink for temporary electronic tattoos, or e-tattoos, designed specifically for the scalp. This innovative technology addresses long-standing challenges associated with applying sensors on hairy skin, which have hindered the effectiveness of traditional EEG tests. In trials involving 5 participants, the e-tattoo electrodes successfully detected brainwaves and maintained stable connectivity for over 24 hours. This is a significant improvement over conventional electrodes, which typically fail after 6 hours of use. The e-tattoos are applied using a digitally controlled printer, offering performance comparable to traditional electrodes while enhancing user comfort. The conductive ink used in these tattoos has been engineered to create connections between the e-tattoo electrodes and data collection devices, eliminating the need for cumbersome wires and enhancing portability. Future plans include embedding wireless data transmitters within the e-tattoos, potentially leading to a fully wireless EEG process that could improve the usability of brain-computer interfaces. These advancements may lead to less intrusive brain-computer interface devices, making technology that translates brain signals into actions more accessible. The potential applications of these temporary e-tattoos extend beyond the scalp, with future uses anticipated on other body parts such as the heart, bones, and muscles, for seamless body-computer interfacing. Traditional EEG tests can be time-consuming and uncomfortable, often requiring 1 to 2 hours for electrode attachment via wires and continual monitoring. In contrast, the removal of e-tattoos is straightforward, needing only alcohol wipes or shampoo, thus simplifying the process compared to the cleanup of EEG glue. Nanshu Liu, the lead researcher, has emphasized the transformative potential of on-body manufacturing of electronic tattoo sensors, which could revolutionize both clinical and non-clinical applications. The findings of this study, which highlight the capabilities of e-tattoos in brain activity monitoring, are published in the December 2, 2024 issue of the journal Cell Biomaterials. A groundbreaking study has emerged, shedding light on the role of quantum entanglement in particle distributions during high-energy collisions. This research, published in the journal Reports on Progress in Physics, spans 6 years of intensive investigation, utilizing data from both the Hadron Electron Ring Accelerator and the Large Hadron Collider. The findings confirm long-standing predictions about how entanglement influences particle distributions. The team analyzed data from HERA and found a perfect match with their predictions regarding entanglement in protons. They employed principles from quantum information science to show that higher entanglement among quarks and gluons corresponds to increased entropy in particle distributions, much like comparing a messy room to a tidy one. Their results indicate that a high degree of entanglement leads to a more disorganized distribution of particles. Researchers from Brookhaven National Laboratory have also developed a novel method for analyzing proton structure through electron-proton collisions. This new approach sets the stage for future experiments at the planned electron-ion collider, aimed at deepening our understanding of how entanglement impacts protons within larger atomic nuclei. The study received backing from the DOE Office of Science, the European Union's Horizon 2020 program, among other funding sources, underscoring the significant investment in nuclear and particle physics. Co-authors Martin Henshinsky and Krzysztof Kutak expressed their intent to further investigate various phenomena related to the structure of visible matter using their new model. This research marks a pivotal shift from previous methodologies that concentrated on single particle properties to a broader consideration of collective behaviors driven by entanglement among all particles in the proton. This has been your daily brief in science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.